Welcome back to the Allegedly Podcast, and we are here for the Week 8 edition of Stud Dud, My New Bud. Hey, we're about to give you that info you need to know to get your lineup straight. Starting this week, we're looking at the studs, man, those guys that you better have in the lineup because they're about to ball out for you. Los, man, who you going with?
I'm going with the King Henry, man. They gonna put it in his gut 20 plus times, and when they do that, good things gonna happen, man. He averaged 28. Looking for him to strike that again. King Henry, man, easy.
He going crazy this year. He is definitely going crazy, and that's a good safe bet. I'm pretty sure nobody's thinking about taking him out the lineup. You might even want to keep him in during the bye week. He's so good right now. Jet, who you got for us this week as a stud? Who you telling us that they about to ball like crazy?
Man, I got the new playmaker himself, man, CD Lamb. Sunday Night Football against a Minnesota secondary that's really not that good. I see if Dak's a little gimpy, but I like the connection him and CD have been farming. CD's he's here to take that next step, man. I know you see everybody else eating. He been starting to eat the last few weeks. I think he continues that this week.
Hey man, young stud right there, man. I think he got a good career ahead of him if he stay healthy and Dallas can keep that team together. So I see CD Lamb doing big things. Ain't Spot, who you talking about this week, man? Who's your stud?
Oh, my stud, and I think everybody talking about it. At the beginning of the year, man, they were saying stay away from it, man. He couldn't see the football, man. But I think he's seeing the football and the end zone a lot. Jamar Chase, man. Jamar Chase, that boy out of LSU. Yeah, he got the Jets this week, and I think, people had their best showings against those guys, and he really don't care who you are. He has his best showing no matter who it is. So I doubt you got Chase on the bench. Yeah, fire him up, man. He's a stud.
That's nice. We got, two young guns, with Chase and with CD Lamb closing out our studs this week, bro. It's cool to see that transition to those younger receivers, man. They almost instant offense. CD Lamb in his second year, Jamar Chase in his first year after sitting out a year, Justin Jefferson last year, bro. It's nice to see those young boys balling like that. And that's a good promise for fantasy football in the future, right? You got people that you can pick, you can go to in the future. So those are some good picks, man. Let's talk about the duds now. Let's talk about those folks we need to keep out of our lineup this week. And let's let them know why we need to keep them out of our lineup. Ain't Spot, we're going to stay with you, bro. Who you got? Who you keeping out your lineup this week?
I'm keeping out my lineup, Dow Williams, man. Kansas City running back. I think Kansas City does get it together this week, but I really don't think it will be through the running game. I think Mahomes kind of gets it clicking, gets his weapons going with Kelson Hill, and none of that says Williams. So if you're a Williams owner, of course, scale back. And for some reason, this Jerick McKinnon name is just kind of popping up. So be aware of that also. But I'm saying he's covered in chocolate this week. He's a dud.
I could definitely see them trying to get Patrick Mahomes back on a roll. Been a tough couple weeks for him. So ball in there, I can see why you keep him out of your lineup this week. Let's go to you, Jet, man. Who you telling us to keep out of the lineup?
Man, I'm going with my guy, Playoff Lenny, man. I like how he been playing the last few weeks, but New Orleans is a really, really good run defense, man, and I don't think they're going to go – if I'm not mistaken, I think the game is in New Orleans. I don't see the playoff going into New Orleans and running into Demario Davis 20 times to get anything going. Also, I think the game script is going to make Tom Brady want to pass the ball more as well. They all know the Saints play a lot of man coverage, and Tom Brady feels like he's the GOAT against anybody. So I think game script and the fact that they're not going to be able to run the ball, but I think Fournette may catch a couple catches in here and there. But I think with Grunt coming back as well, they're going to be passing a little more.
I could see that game script thing too with especially with all the noise around Lattimore being the best DB in the league and stuff like that. I think they're gonna come out trying to prove a point. So they may not put the ball in Lenny, belly as many times. So we'll see. I can see your reasoning behind that. Los, who you going with for your dud this week, man?
We're going Brandon Cooks for two reasons. One is Aaron Donald. Two is Jalen Ramsey. But
Tough night.
No shit.
and he got Davis Mills still throwing the ball. He hasn't been proven yet. When Tyrod come back, he might get back on track a little bit. But this week, I would really be skeptical about him for those two reasons.
And that, as we approaching the second half of the season, man, these games get more and more precious to a team, right? Your need to win them becomes more and more important. So you can't risk having somebody out there like that. I can understand that. The situation sometimes is just not built for it. So we're gonna go on to my new bud. Who are those new guys that you should be picking up off waivers? You should be sliding them into your lineup, things like that. Los, we're gonna stay with you, man. Who you talking about this week?
I'm looking at Jerry Judy, man, coming off IR. He haven't played since week 1. He got injured. I think he'll be a friendly target for Teddy Bridgewater. So, nice, easy, a great route runner. I know when it comes to separation, he probably one of the top in the league of getting separation. And that'll make, Teddy Bridgewater, who like to be safe with the ball, give him a good option. I think he's gonna do good coming back. And I picked him up on my team, so I hope he is. I hope he do good. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's your new bud, so it might be somebody else's new bud out there as well. Spot, man, who you got this week?
I got the tight end from Atlanta, man. I got Kyle Pitts. Matt Ryan, he's really getting this young man the ball, and I mean he's showing that he was worth that first round pick. I mean, he run routes well, and he got to get him out there, man. Once that offense go to clicking, especially in the air, you want to take advantage of it. So that young talent, Kyle Pitts, you might have him on your bench. If not at your tight end, put him at your flex.
Hey, he done put together a couple good games, so he's starting to warm up, man. You can see why they picked him in the first round for sure. And right. Jet, who you got as your new bud, man?
Man, I got Kenneth Gainwell from Philly, man. Strictly off of just opportunity, I feel like, with the absence of Miles Sanders going down. He will split a little carries with Boston Scott, but for the most part, Gainwell was deeply in the pass game, and Jalen Hurts they like to use him a lot in the passing game. And I mean, if you're in the PPR league, that's what you want, and at the end of the day, So I think you can fire up Gainwell with a lot of confidence, at least to give you 15, 19 points. So Gainwell is my new bud this week.
They also like him in the red zone, bro. He gets a lot of red zone snaps. He may not always touch the ball in the red zone, but he's in the game. And that's one half of the opportunity is to be in the game. So the next, if they put the ball in your hand, you never know. So that's a decent pick, man. I can see people definitely going in on waivers this week, picking him up with Miles Sanders being banged up. So you're going to get some service out of him for a little while. So that's a good pick. If y'all hadn't picked him up yet and he's still available, make sure you go out and get it. So I could definitely see that. Now, fellas, we got to talk about this here. We restarted the record at the halfway point pretty much. And last week we went 1 for 3. Now, this ain't baseball, fellas. 1 for 3 don't cut it. So y'all explain something to me. What's up, man? What's up with this?
Man, it's fantasy. You know how that goes, man.
Yeah, it was a shot in the dog last week. I mean, kind of off a little bit, but catch me this week.
I think my dad was Joe Mixon going into Baltimore on a road game after they just manhandled the Chargers the week before, and you would think, but here comes Cincinnati,
up and coming. Yeah.
Buzzsaw. I have to give y'all credit for this though, fellas. At least one person got a stud right, one person got a dud right, and one person got a my new bud right. So if our fans put those 3 things together, man, that's 3 spots in your lineup that you did well in. So
right.
I believe in y'all guys, man. Y'all got some good football teams out there in the fantasy world. So I trust your expertise, man. So we'll see.
Catch
We'll
me
see
this
come
week.
next
Catch me
week.
this week, man. Catch
So
me
you
this
going
week.
all greens. You all green beans this week.
Yeah, you can sign off on it, man. All green. All green. So if not, we'll revisit this and I'll discuss it because I don't usually bet down like this if it ain't blackjack. Double down on myself.
All
Really.
right.
But
All right.
yeah.
This is another episode of Stud Dad, my new bud, on the Allegedly podcast. We'll catch y'all next week, man. Keep watching fantasy football. Keep watching the Murder Cherry Fantasy Football League through the Allegedly podcast. Like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. Follow us, all that good stuff. We out. Peace.
Peace.